did you know it was Remembrance Day today? Did you remember that it was Remembrance Day today? I only remembered about 2 hours ago. I was on my first job, and obviously I have to write down dates and that. So I'm like 11th of 11th, 2024. I'm like, oh shoot, it's Remembrance Day. And right then and there, I thought to myself, this is exactly why I would never fight in any wars for any countries. The only time I'm going to fight in a war is if the war comes to my doorstep. I'm not going anywhere to fight no wars for no countries. And this is why. So one time, me and Nadia were sitting down talking. And Nadia's half Arab, half Polish. And somewhere in the mix of the conversation, we were talking about the Ukrainian war. Now, Poland is a very big country. But at some point, Poland didn't exist for like 50 years or something, yeah? My Polish people there, come down in the comment section below and correct me. But Poland didn't exist for a significant amount of time. It was a part of Germany and Russia. So it was under, occupation of a different country. And obviously, they fought to get back their land, yeah? And they were successful. So big up the Polish man them for fighting for their land and getting it back. Because it's one thing having land, it's the next thing someone taking it off you, but you're a real G if you can go and get it back. See, everyone can attack, but can you defend? You understand what I'm trying to say? So, again, in the conversation, I was talking about Ukrainian war, Poland and that, and I was talking about why I would never want to fight in the war or anything like that. I was like, imagine this. Imagine in Polish tradition, they say, because the land was taken away and men had to fight and die, they've lost their lives in order to get back the land. Polish tradition, I'm making this up, but just imagine, Polish tradition says you're supposed to get up and sit on your bed for 1 minute every single day you get up and just give 60 seconds of remembrance to the men, probably no women, but the men that fought for you to have a country, fought for you to be in a somewhat safe environment and that, fought for you to have your nationality back and that. Imagine how many people would get up in the morning and think, I can't be bothered, yeah, to give 60 seconds to the people who fought for this country and that. It's the same thing in the UK. There's people right now who are watching this, who remembered about Remembrance Day and thought, fuck it, can't be bothered to give 60 seconds. So hold on a minute, especially the English, the British people, yeah? Especially you lot, imagine, yeah, your forefathers fought for your land, or whatever the situation, the story was behind Remembrance Day. Imagine, yeah, you live in a somewhat safe environment, you live in a country that's, people are going to argue, is running well and that, yeah, new Labour government and that, whatever, innit, yeah. But what I'm saying is, you at least have your nationality and that. Like I said, I don't know the story behind Remembrance Day, but I just know you're supposed to honour the men that fought for this country and that. Imagine the people in this country, the British ones, the English ones, couldn't even bother to give 60 seconds. I'm not dying for no people who in the future can't bother to give 60 seconds of their time on one day, I didn't say every day, like I made up about the Polish tradition. One day, you couldn't bother to give 60 seconds of your time for one day to remember me? Fuck that, I ain't fighting for nobody. Ban that. I'ma just defend my thing, but I'm not fighting for nobody else. I spoke about this before as well. And again, this was in the mix of that conversation with Nadia and that. I was saying that obviously, and I spoke about this on obviously YouTube and TikTok and that, and I was saying that there's no way under any circumstances am I fighting for the UK. Like when they was trying to talk about sending people to Russia or to fight for Russia or some bullshit like that. Because I said, this is what's going to happen. Yeah? God forbid I fought in a war and I died. And, my little sister's 13 at the moment. But let's say in 8 years' time when she's 21 and she's out with her friends and that, and they say, right, but imagine my little sister says to her friends, do you know what, yeah, my older brother fought in the war against Russia and he died, the friends will say, oh, that's so sad. So what do you want to get from Nando's? A whole chicken or half a chicken with chips or rice? They're not going to give a fuck, blood. I'm not risking my life for people who in the future ain't going to give a fuck. Imagine, again, I mentioned Ukraine. Imagine there are men, or at least men who gave their lives to fight for Ukraine, and then you had some dumb chicks twerking on their graves. You're not doing that to me, blood. Yeah? So this is why I will never fight in no fucking wars. The beef has to come to me, blood. Yeah? I'm not fighting in no government's wars. No way. So hold on a minute. I could be arrested and prosecuted for fighting over my postcode, but I'm alright to fight over the country that I live in because the government says so. Nah. If I wasn't allowed to fight for my postcode, then don't tell me I have to fight for some country then. Yeah? Because the government feels that, oh, well, this is a fight that's worthy of fighting for. Man, don't tell me nothing, man. Anyway, man, that's it for today, man. Stay away, turn up.